Local Armory events are the primary way that the average player has access to organized play in Flesh and Blood. But these events are more than that. They serve as the center point of our local communities and as the gateway for our new players. The pricing structure for these events plays a key role in setting the tone of not just that event, but often of the community itself. So today I want to have a discussion about Armory pricing structures. I'm going to do that while opening my 4 prize packs from this week's Armory. A huge shout out to our channel members for supporting what we do here. If you want to get involved with the channel and the Dice Commando community, please consider joining as a channel member. Remember, these videos are only possible with your support. You can show that support with a like, a subscribe, and by leaving us a comment and sharing your feedback. Community first, and go Commando. Hey there, Flesh and Blood folks. Welcome back to Dice Commando, and go again, a fabulous cast. Thanks, guys, for checking in, doing something a little different format today, obviously, but I thought it was appropriate for kind of the chat I wanted to have. So yeah, talking Armory pricing today. Now, there are fundamentally, really, when you think about your armories, there's really 2 levels of pricing. There's the Armory kits that is actually supplied by LSS, right, which includes your cold foil, your rainbow foils, your top 8 pricing, and then there's this stuff right here, which is any additional pricing, whatever that may be, supplied by your LGS. So yeah, let's go ahead and start getting into it as promised. So 4 WTR packs, as I did. I went 4-0 in my Armory this week with Kassai. That deck tech is up for members. Just went up a little bit ago of when I'm doing this, but go check that out. So yeah, let's talk Armory pricing itself, right? So the Armory pricing from LSS is top 8. So, and the way I do it at my store is that it's actually top 9. So you have the 32 rainbow, so it's a 4-week kit, and then you have the 32 rainbow foils and the 4 cold foils. And what is happening here? Oh my God. There we go. All right. So of that, the reason I do top 9 is because the winner then would get the cold foil, because there's 32, right? Divided by 4, right? You guys get it. So you would have then basically 9 people walk away with a prize instead of double dipping on the winner, right? The winner gets that cold foil and then everybody else gets it. So you have that, and then you have, so Time Sap Potion is our rare, and then we have a foil Awakening Bellow. Oh, and we had a Disable as our rare as well. Foil Awakening Bellow, very nice. Nothing else there. So the discussion then is, well, what about the LGS pricing, right? So there's really 2 ways to do this, and what I think the conversation really fundamentally comes down to is inclusivity, and I realize that has different connotations now, but community inclusivity versus competitive nature, right? So by and large, the way we've seen stores do their product pricing or their LGS specific pricing is there's really basically 2 ways. There's entry fee, which is the way we do it at Gongai. So at Gongai, you pay your $10 entry for the Armory, and you get 2 packs, and everybody gets 2 packs regardless, and then we play for the Armory pricing. Most of the other stores in the area, Raging Onslaught, very nice, most of the other stores in the area do pack per win type pricing. Well, Staunch Response, can't have too many of those, very nice. Oh, that's a good hit. Oh, you can't see it. That's a good hit right there. Right, so there are advantages and disadvantages to both of these models. And that's why I say it kind of comes down to the inclusivity versus community building. And the reason that I've chosen to go, very nice, the reason I've chosen to go the way that I do at Gongai, or say we do at Gongai, is primarily because we want to support the community nature, and also believe that, by and large, that the people who are generally winning your armories overall are not the people that need more cards by and large, right? They're the people who are going to open those cards. They probably give the majority of them to new players there, right? If you're in a good community, and they take the big hits or whatever it is. So we've, the counter to that type of argument or that type of pricing is that, well, there's quote unquote nothing to play for. And in other games, I think that's true. But the fact that we have the Armory kit pricing, I think, does still leave there. Like, these Armory kits are, those cold foils are worth a lot of money, right? There is still very much something to play for. So I haven't seen too much of an issue. So that's my side. Now, the other side is the pack per win, which of course rewards your better players. And typically most stores will do the quote unquote pity pack for the person who goes over on the night, and that's not a big deal. But there, look at that's a RF barkbone strapping, not too bad. But the drawback of that, of course, is as mentioned, your newer players typically get less, and their motivation to come back to that is less, right? Because they don't want to come get their face kicked in and also not be able to grow at the same time. And if you really look at it from their perspective, what's the point of, I'm just saying from their perspective, you can very easily see how someone would come to the conclusion that what is really the point of me coming and just paying for other people to get packs? I mean, I think that's a fair, you can see how one would get there, right? So the discussion around it, I think, is very interesting on what is better for your community in Flesh and Blood. Now, there's obviously no right and wrong answer, right? People who do better want there to be pack per win pricing, and people who are newer generally prefer the other structure. I mean, I think that shouldn't come as a surprise. Now, I've already said what my opinion is, because that's the way that we run Gongai. But let's just be honest, right? I am getting far less joy from, now watch to be like a tunic in here or something, but I'm getting far less joy from opening these 4 packs than a new player would get from opening their 2 packs, right? And I do think that from a community building standpoint, which is really what our armories overall serve as, right, in the grand scheme of things, that it is better for you to do more inclusive type pricing. Now, I'm not saying you can't do Flusterfist. I'm not saying, and blue staunch, nice. I'm not saying you can't do more. Okay, so these were swing and miss packs overall. I mean, the remembrance is good, but I'm not saying you can't do more overall. Stores can structure however they want. But I'm really curious to hear what you guys think on which is better. My argument obviously is that from a new player standpoint, trying to get in and get people to grow into the community, that having a more inclusive based, they know they're not going to come in and get the cold foil. But if they come in and they lose every game and they get maybe a pack, I think that's not as motivating for them to come back, right? So, again, this is more of just a discussion thing. I really am interested to hear what you guys have to say on the topic. I know that by and large, pack per win pricing is very popular, but I don't wonder if that's not mainly just because it's a carryover from what other games have done in the past, and that's just what we've done. And I know that a lot of those other games don't necessarily have, some games have promos and stuff like that, but with the Armory kit that does entice the top-end play, I do have to wonder, how much more value you're getting from these 4 packs than you would be from encouraging people to keep coming to your Armory knowing they're going to lose, right? So, like I said, there's definitely a push-pull, and it is, I do think it is community inclusivity versus having a competitive nature. And if you're a community that you're like, well, Fab is a competitive game, that's all there is to it, that's completely fair. I get that feedback. If your objective is to be growing and attracting new players, by and large, you do that by having a nice community, yes, which can happen in either scenario. But I think it also, people are, you guys don't give away cards guys don't give away good cards for free. You guys wouldn't go give away packs for free. So I think by that nature, someone coming in and wanting to pay $10, not getting anything, I think that there's a real argument there in terms of player retention as well. So anyway, we opened the packs. I kind of said my thing. Obviously, this was not scripted tonight. I really just wanted to kind of have the fun chat, do something a little different. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If not, you're probably not watching anymore. So tell you what, give me a Dorinthea. Give me a Dorinthea in the actually there's Dorinthea. Give me a Dorinthea if you made it this far. But no, honestly, let me know what you think. What do you guys do at your Armory? Do you wish it was different? What are the positives, negatives that you've seen in your community? I think it's really worth the conversation. Then what I'd like to do is kind of take some of these comments and really revisit this conversation overall and see, in a future video, and see what people around the world are doing. Because I know what locally everybody does, but I don't know what the world does. Maybe my impression of the pack per win pricing being the popular thing, maybe that's not true across the globe. So anyway, let me know. Thank you guys for taking the time to hang out, rip some packs, chat about Armory structure pricing, or Armory pricing structure. And nothing else, folks, go Commando.